Welcome into another video here. We're talking NFL Week 3 football. This is the full prediction card, full betting card for every game Sunday, every game Monday here in the NFL Week 2. Let's get right into it. This slate is very interesting. This is a very heavy pros versus Joes kind of slate. I think a lot of Joes are on the favorites. A lot of pros are on the dogs in certain spots. You'll see as we go through this. There's a lot of plays I like, not a lot of plays I love, which is a little weird, but we'll see what we can get out of here. First game here, Raiders are at the Ravens. This is going to be a suicide pick that a lot of people like. I like the dog here. This is almost a trend. It was a trend earlier in the week for me, but now it's not anymore. When a spread in the NFL is 9.5 or more, you always take the under. That's like 60% over the last decade, every single season. The lines came down. It's now 9. Is the best number. 8.5 is more likely the number you're going to find. I lean the Raiders. I mean, this was 9.5 at one point. It got bought back down. That means the pros are on the Raiders. The Joes are probably on the Ravens here. I'll take the Raiders plus the points. Not betting it. I would have if I got some down early on it, but I didn't. Not going to bet this one, but I'm taking the Raiders. Chargers at the Carolina Panthers. I think this is the same thing. I think everyone's might have this for suicide, and it's going to be pros versus Joes here. I think all the Joes are on Chargers -6, Chargers -5.5. And all the pros are on the Panthers plus the points because this line was 6.5. It's now 5.5 pretty much. I see 5s. I see 6s. Like this line's all over the place here. I don't see any 6.5s, and that's what it was earlier in the week. So the pros did buy down on the 6.5 here. I'll take the Panthers plus the points, but I missed a good number, so I just can't bet this one either. But I'll take the Panthers here. Saints at the Cowboys. The New Orleans Saints at the Dallas Cowboys. Line 6.5. This is kind of the same thing here again. It's a lot of. I think all the Joes are gonna be on Cowboys. I think like those first 3 games, everyone's gonna have a Cowboys, Chargers, Ravens, Lions parlay. Like I think one of them definitely loses because I feel like everyone's gonna have that parlay. The line's 6.5, 6. It was 6.5 painted all week. Now it's down to 6 at most places. That's the same thing. The pros are on the Saints. Joes are on the Cowboys. I'll take the Saints plus 6.5. I know that not every dog's going to cover here, but I think a good amount of dogs covered this weekend. This is like one of the most profitable dog weeks in the NFL, week 1 through 4. I'll take some dogs here. Moving on to the next game is the Buccaneers at the Lions. I'm actually going to take the Lions minus the 7.5. I like the Lions here. I think it was a little bit of a down showing from them, and the Bucs look really good. I'll take the Lions here to cover the spread. Now, here's our first bet. This is going to be a teaser here. We're taking the Lions down from 7.5 down to 2.5, and we're taking the Ravens down from 8.5 to 2.5. We're taking the Lions down from 7.5 to 1.5, Ravens down from 8.5 to 2.5. That's going to be our teaser. It's not going to be a full unit play. I'll explain here why in a second. It's not a full unit play, but it's like a 3/4 unit play for me. I am going to have another teaser with the Lions. I will have another teaser out with the Lions. I already have a teaser that was involved the Bills as well early in the week. I'll go over that too, but this is our first play. This is the bet. It's going to be a Ravens-Lions 6-point teaser for 3/4 of a unit. We're going to have another teaser with the Lions here. But moving on, Colts at the Packers. This is a game I think no one wants to do with because it's weird. You have the Colts on the road with Anthony Richardson. They need a bounce-back win. The Packers don't have Jordan Love. It's going to be Malik Willis. That's a tough spot to predict. Like anything, in my opinion, can happen in this game. I'll take the Colts minus 2.5. Pick them here in picking it because I think I need the Colts. I made a big video about the Colts winning the AFC South. And I think if the Colts want to win the AFC South, they have to win this game, especially when they're versing a backup quarterback here. This could be a game where you snip on the Texans here. So I'll take the Colts here, minus the 2.5. Moving on to the 1 p.m. game, Browns at the Jaguars. Jaguars are -3. This number opened at like -2. It's been bet up to -3 now. I'm taking the favorite here in the Jaguars. I can't pick the Browns until I see it. I need to see it happen. And what I mean by that is Deshaun Watson. I need to see Deshaun Watson show me that he can play quarterback in the NFL. He could be a quarterback in the NFL. Now, I'm not betting this, but he needs to show me that he could be quarterback in the NFL. So I will take the Jaguars in this game. 49ers at the Vikings. I think this one's very interesting as well because I think a lot of people are like, oh, 49ers easier. Only -4.5. This number was like 6 at one point. It's now 4.5. This is easy. I think a lot of people are on the Vikings. I think the Vikings might be a sneaky, really good team. This could be an upset watch right here, in my opinion. I think, especially on the road here for the 49ers, this could be a sneaky, sneaky Vikings team. And I think they can come out here with a win. So I will be picking the Vikings. I'm not betting it. A lot of these dogs is kind of tough right now. I might be betting one or two of them by the time kickoff actually happens. So if you do want to know if I do bet it, just drop a comment and I'll let you know. But I'll take the Vikings plus the points here. Next one, Seahawks at the Patriots. Seahawks are laying 3. I already bet this during the week at 3 because I thought it was going to go to 3.5. It did go to 3.5. It got bet. It's kind of 3.5 now, or at a lot of books. I already bet this at 3. I don't know. I thought the Seahawks played well last week, and I don't think the Patriots. Yes, maybe they played okay, but I think it was more on the Bengals not playing well than them playing well, right? So I think this number should be closer to 4 or 5, maybe 4.5. Really is my number for this game. So I'll gladly take the Seahawks here. I think they're playing well enough to beat a Patriots team by at least 3 points here. Give me the Seahawks minus the 3. We're betting this one. I already bet it. It's just 1 unit play. Let's just keep it moving. Jets at the Titans. I think this is a game I really want to watch. I don't know. This is a tough one to bet, in my opinion. Like, there's always games on slates where it's like, this one's impossible to bet. I feel like this is the one that's impossible to bet. It feels so easy, right, to take the Jets, but I think the Titans are better than a lot of people think. I think they just stumbled a little bit week 1. It was a new system, new coach. Maybe the Bears' defense caught them off guard and was better than we think. Like, a lot of question marks here, and the Jets didn't look really good. In fact, they looked worse than what the box score said because they got a weird offsides touchdown that probably should have been blown dead, and then a garbage time touchdown with Tyrod Taylor. So I'll take the Titans plus 4 in this game. There is 1-4 out there on Caesars. I'll take the Titans plus 4. Yeah, I'm not betting it, but I will take that. Commanders at the Giants. This is one, we're betting this game. I have a bet on this game. And this is one where it's like, it opened 3, Commanders minus 3, which I was like, maybe that's a little too high. That's kind of what my line was when I was making the lines, like 2.5, 3 for the Commanders. And it got bought down. I don't know. I'm a Giants fan, right? And this got bought down from 3 down to 1.5. I'm just gonna bet the Commanders for 1 unit here. And the reason is because I feel like it's a win-win. It's either the Giants are now shit and I get money out of it, or the Giants win, maybe give us some hope here. Maybe they show us they're better than the Commanders. Maybe they show us that they're better than that week 1 performance because maybe they just accidentally ran into a good team in the Vikings. So I will be betting the Commanders minus 1.5 here in this game. Rams at the Cardinals. Man, this is another impossible one. Like, there's no reason to bet this. No one should be betting this as a coin flip. As true of a coin flip game as you can get. And when you get to that coin flip games like that, no matter if you win or lose, you're gonna win 50% of the time, lose 50% in the long run, and that to me just doesn't really mean it's worth it to bet it unless you have some crazy line edge, right? I'll take the Rams. I just think they're a little bit better than the Cardinals right now at this point, and I think the line's now getting a little too drastic. It was like 2.5 for the Rams, now it's down to 1. I'll just buy back on the Rams here, so I'll take the Rams. Not confident at all in that pick, but I'll just take the Rams in what should be a really good, really close game. Bengals at the Chiefs. This is our second 4 o'clock game, I believe. Yeah, Bengals at the Chiefs. Again, I'm taking the dog, and it's crazy because I think the Chiefs a lot of times win games and then don't cover. They do that a lot, and I think that's going to be the story here. And I think the Bengals will bounce back a little bit. I mean, I hope they would bounce back a little bit. I know T. Higgins isn't playing, but I think Jamar Chase should play better in this game. I think the defense should play better in this game. I'm taking the Bengals. This is one you hold your nose, you hold your butt, and I hope it hits here, but not betting this one, not confident at all. I'll just take the Bengals plus 6 here. I mean, it's open 6.5. No, it opened 6. Say 6. I'll take 6 here with the Bengals. Steelers at the Broncos. We bet plus 3 early in the week. That's a bet. Broncos here is a bet. I think they arguably shouldn't be a dog here. You could argue. I think this is crazy line value. I think there's a little bit of a reaction. I get it's a really good Steelers defense. This game is not going to have a lot of points in it. Bo Nix might get a little flustered here, but Justin Fields didn't impress me at all either. I'll take the points here with the Broncos. It sucks it's 2.5 now. I'm probably still going to get some more down on 2.5, but plus 3 was the real play. That's what I bet. Arguably, Broncos plus 3 probably my favorite pick of the week, but can't really give that anymore since it's 2.5 now. This is also my second teaser leg with the Lions. I'm raising the Lions down from 7.5 to 1.5, and the Broncos from 2.5 to 8.5. Plus 8.5 for the Broncos, minus 1.5 for the Lions. That is our another teaser for 3/4 of a unit right there. Lions down from 7.5 to 1.5. Broncos up from 2.5 to 8.5. That's the second teaser. I also have Bills 8.5, Broncos 8.5. Now, obviously you can't bet that because the Bills already played in one. I also have that for 3/4 of a unit, so riding. So let's see what we can do here. There's so many 6.5, 6 spreads here as we go into Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. They're the same thing. That's why I haven't really like bet any of these. I might bet some of these at some point. So just if you want to know in the comments, let me know. But Texans are -5 or -6.5. It was open from 5, and it's -6.5. Pretty much everyone 1-6 out there to the Bears. I'll take the favorite here. I don't think the Bears are all that good. I think a lot of people are going to like the Bears here. I don't know. The offense looked terrible. The defense looked good, but the Texans offense is really good, right? So I think that kind of neutralizes it there. Maybe the Bears can move the ball a little bit more because the Texans defense is not as good as the Titans defense. But if they can't move the ball here, then I think that spells problems, and I mean a lot of problems for this Bears team. I'll lay it with the favorite here. I'll take the Texans minus the 6.5. I don't love it. Not betting it. The Texans here in the Sunday Night Football. Moving on to the last game, Monday Night Football between the Falcons and the Eagles. Line open 4.5. It's bet up to 6, 6.5. I've kind of went back and forth a lot on this one. I'll just take the 6.5. Like 6.5 is a number in football where like that means the dog could be live. When it gets to under 7, it's 6.5. Like that means they're within a touchdown. So it kind of the variance isn't high. Like the variance of the spread at 6.5 or 7.5. When it goes to 7.5, this variance gets way wider. They can blow them out because that means they're better than a touchdown than them. At least Vegas thinks they're better than a touchdown. So the variance gets wider when the number gets to 7.5 or 6.5. So I'll take the plus 6.5 here with the Falcons. I think it's a little overreaction here from the Falcons, not looking great against the Steelers, but I think the Steelers defense is just so elite. And maybe it was a little confusion with week 1, Cousins running a different offense. You know, a lot of questions there. I'll take the Falcons plus 6.5. I don't love this one at all either. I'm taking all these dogs 6.5. They're not all going to cover, right? And that's why it's hard to bet any of them. But I'll take the Falcons plus 6.5. It's kind of, again, a slate where I like my picks. I don't love my picks enough to bet them. So yeah, that is our week 2 card. A lot of teasers here. A couple favorite plays in the Seahawks and Commanders. I didn't really look at totals. We took a dog in the Broncos here. Didn't really look at totals, but I'm not really loving the totals, especially because the totals are so low now. And as they should be, because the scores kind of getting lower. And at some point, I'm expecting the scoring to go off a little bit more, probably after week 4, which would cause the totals to come back up. So I'll wait till then. But as of now, this is a weird time where I think now they're really low, a lot of these totals. So I won't be touching that as of right now. My name is Josh Wissey. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button, everyone that has over the last couple of days. I'm Josh Wissey.